Welcome back to the world of Primeval Scope, where ancient legends rise again to fight for dominance in a lost era. Leaving the fiery volcanic hellscape behind, the battle now shifts to the endless fields, a place where there is nowhere to hide. Here in the open, the vast sky becomes a playground for the winged beast, casting a terrifying shadow over the golden earth. The dragon no longer fears the confined spaces of the volcano, now free to unleash its full aerial superiority upon the world. Below, on the solid ground, the primeval elephant stands firm, a fortress of muscle and bone that refuses to be intimidated. It gazes upward with ancient wisdom, knowing that the open field offers no cover, only the raw strength of its own body. The winged predator begins its calculated descent, circling like a vulture, creating a whirlwind that disturbs the peace of the plains. From the high heavens, the target looks small. But the dragon knows this opponent possesses power that rivals the earth itself. Suddenly, it folds its massive wings and dives, cutting through the atmosphere like a living sword, falling from the burning sky. The elephant reacts instantly, slamming the ground to summon a wall of debris and dust to intercept the incoming aerial attack. With agile grace, the dragon pulls up, its razor-sharp claws tearing deep scars into the ancient soil of the battlefield. The groundshaker pivots with surprising speed, swinging its mighty trunk in a desperate attempt to catch the fleeting shadow. There is no fear in the eyes of the beast, only a burning determination to crush the flying menace once and for all. Realizing physical attacks are risky, the dragon summons the inferno from within, its throat glowing with the heat of 1,000 suns. A torrent of liquid fire pours down, turning the golden field into a scorching nightmare of ash and black smoke instantly. The elephant charges through the inferno, its ancient, thick skin protecting it from the searing heat that would kill lesser creatures. Smoke rises to choke the air, blinding the vision and turning the pristine, open plains into a dark and chaotic arena. The predator uses the smoke as cover, diving silently through the dark clouds, hunting for the massive silhouette on the ground. The elephant stands motionless, relying on its acute hearing to detect the subtle shift in wind caused by the approaching enemy. A sudden ambush from behind as razor-sharp claws rake across the tough hide, creating sparks but failing to draw deep blood. A roar of frustration shakes the ground as the elephant counters, but the agile dragon has already retreated to the sky. High above, the dragon circles patiently, observing the rage of its opponent, waiting for the perfect moment to strike a fatal blow. The ground beast challenges the sky, tearing up boulders and hurling them upward, daring the dragon to come down and fight. A deafening roar answers from the clouds, a sound so powerful it sends ripples through the grass for miles around. The two titans lock eyes across the vertical distance, a silent pause in the violence where only their heavy breathing is heard. The dragon beats its wings with furious rhythm, sending concentrated blasts of wind that tear at the earth like invisible blades. Anchoring itself like a living mountain, the elephant endures the gale, its massive weight making it impossible to be moved. The intensity of the battle begins to warp the atmosphere, turning the blue sky into a bruised canvas of crimson and orange. Changing tactics, the dragon compresses its fire into a dense sphere of destruction, launching it directly at the heart of the beast. With split-second timing, the elephant erects a stone shield, blocking the projectile, just as it explodes with cataclysmic force. The impact is devastating, shattering the stone defense and forcing the massive elephant to slide backward across the scorched earth. Seizing the moment of vulnerability, the dragon swoops down through the lingering fire, aiming to sink its talons into the spine. Instinct takes over as the elephant drops low and lashes out blindly with its trunk, hoping to intercept the descending shadow. A thunderous impact echoes as the trunk connects with a wing, sending the dragon spinning uncontrollably through the smoky air. Desperately flapping its injured wing, the dragon fights gravity, barely managing to ascend before the elephant can deliver a crushing stomp. The ground shakes violently as the elephant gives chase, a terrifying display of speed for a creature of such immense size. With a final burst of effort, the dragon reclaims the sky, leaving the enraged behemoth bellowing in frustration on the ground. The once beautiful, endless fields are now a scarred wasteland, a testament to the destructive power unleashed by these two primal gods. High above, the dragon circles like a dark omen, its shadow casting a pall of dread over the devastated landscape below. It begins to twist its body, coiling like a spring in the heavens, gathering every ounce of energy for a decisive strike. The dragon descends in a terrifying spiral, a living drill of fire and scales, breaking the sound barrier as it falls. Recognizing the ultimate threat, the elephant plants its feet deep into the bedrock, summoning the strength of the earth itself. It raises its colossal tusks to the heavens, transforming into a living statue of defiance, ready to catch the falling sky. The collision is absolute, a blinding flash of energy that silences the world as the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. A sound like a celestial bell rings out, a resonance so deep it vibrates through the very core of the planet. The ground beneath the elephant shatters, swallowing its legs up to the knees. Yet the beast refuses to buckle under the pressure. Caught in the ivory trap, the dragon screams in fury, unleashing a point-blank blast of fire onto the elephant's armored forehead. With a heave of titanic neck muscles, the elephant breaks the deadlock, flinging the winged monster away with contemptuous force. The dragon crashes to the earth, tumbling uncontrollably across the rough terrain, its majestic wings battered by the unforgiving soil. Slowly, the elephant extracts itself from the crater, its heavy breathing visible in the air, standing triumphant yet visibly exhausted. The fallen dragon rises from the dust, shaken but unbroken, its eyes now filled with a newfound caution towards its grounded rival. A brief silence descends upon the ruined field, broken only by the crackling of dying fires and the whistle of the wind. From a distance, they appear as mere specks in a vast desolation, yet their conflict carries the weight of the entire world. Refusing to let the momentum fade, the elephant begins a slow, inexorable march forward, determined to end this battle on the ground. The dragon holds its ground, spreading its wings to their full span, attempting to intimidate the approaching juggernaut with sheer size. Suddenly, the slow march turns into a thunderous charge. The elephant converting its massive weight into a living projectile of destruction. The dragon displays serpentine agility, sidestepping the charge and lashing out with its spiked tail to trip the heavy beast. Though it stumbles, the elephant does not fall, instead using its trunk to snare the dragon's tail in an iron grip. A contest of raw strength begins, the elephant anchoring itself to the earth, refusing to let the dragon escape its grasp. In pain and desperation, the dragon twists around, unleashing a torrent of fire directly onto the trunk that holds it captive. The searing pain forces the elephant to release its hold, allowing the dragon to scramble away and reset the engagement distance. Fatigue begins to set in, both warriors covered in the scars of battle, their chests heaving as they gasp for air. As the sun begins to set, the battlefield is bathed in a blood-red light, mirroring the violence of the struggle below. There are no spectators to cheer, no referees to intervene. Only two primal forces, locked in a duel for ultimate survival. The ground begins to hum with energy as the elephant summons the last of its strength for a massive seismic assault. Sensing the building energy, the dragon launches a low-altitude strike, hoping to interrupt the attack before it can be unleashed. The stomp comes down, splitting the earth open, sending a jagged fissure racing towards the approaching dragon with deadly speed. With lightning reflexes, the dragon banks hard, barely avoiding the crumbling earth, though the venting heat singes its underbelly. Retaliating instantly, the dragon whips its tail, launching a volley of razor-sharp spikes towards the elephant like a medieval siege weapon. The elephant uses its massive ears as shields, the spikes bouncing harmlessly off its impenetrable hide like rain on a roof. The lush plains have been transformed into a nightmare landscape, a never-ending battlefield where neither combatant shows any sign of yielding. Exhaustion weighs heavy on the dragon, yet the fire in its eyes burns as bright as ever, refusing to accept defeat. The elephant bleeds from a dozen wounds, yet it stands immovable, a living monument to resilience and raw primal power. Taking to the air once more, the dragon moves with visible effort, its movements lacking the fluid grace of the battle's beginning. Below, the elephant watches silently, conserving its remaining energy, waiting for the inevitable next strike from the darkening sky. The dragon's gaze shifts to the horizon, where the white peaks of distant snow-capped mountains promise a different kind of battlefield. With a final roar of defiance, the dragon turns away, flying towards the frozen peaks, luring its enemy to new grounds. The elephant watches the retreat, understanding that this is not a victory, but merely a pause before the next grueling chapter. Without hesitation, the behemoth begins its march towards the ice, leaving the burning ruins of the endless fields in its wake. The heat of the plains fades into memory as the setting shifts, promising a brutal confrontation in the biting cold ahead. Ahead lies the snow fortress, a treacherous landscape of ice and wind that will test these titans in ways they cannot imagine. Today, we witnessed a clash of elements, where the fury of the sky met the unyielding resilience of the earth below. Neither creature has bowed, and neither has fallen, proving that in this ancient world, strength is the only law that matters. The endless fields will bear the scars of this day forever, a permanent reminder of the titanic power that walked here. This episode brought you the pinnacle of intensity and speed, a breathless ride through a combat zone of mythic proportions. If your heart raced watching these beasts collide, please hit the like button to support the channel and these epic stories. Share this video with fellow history and monster enthusiasts, and let the legend of this ancient battle spread across the world. Prepare yourselves for what comes next, as the dragon learns to navigate the freezing winds and blinding blizzards of the north. And witness the elephant turn its massive strength against the frozen walls, shattering the ice fortress in the next thrilling chapter. Do not miss episode 4, The Snow Fortress, where the dragon soars and the elephant crushes everything in its path. Make sure you are subscribed and have the notification bell turned on, so you are the first to witness the continuation. The saga of Primeval Scope is far from over, and the stakes will only get higher as we journey further together. We thank you for joining us on this wild adventure into the past, witnessing the raw majesty of nature's true giants.
To stay up to date with our breakthroughs, make sure to click the subscribe button below.